Hello all you magnificent people, Derpo the Magnificent here, and today I'm going to be making a warframe fashion frame video. So yeah, in my Q&A somebody asked me if I would ever do a warframe fashion frame video, and I was like, frick it, why not? So that's what we're doing. If you don't know what fashion frame is, it's the joking end game of warframe. If you don't know what warframe is, frickin' maybe I should make some sort of video on it that actually explains what it is. But yeah, it's a great game, and it's free and crap, and basically everyone jokes that the true end game is fashion frame, which is basically just making your warframes look as badass as possible. So I'm going to go over all of my warframes, and just show off my fashion frames and craps, because why the hell not? So, this will probably take a while, but you know, whatever. So, I'm basically going to split this video into two parts. I'm going to have, the first bit is just going to be me showing off the fashion, and then the second half will basically be me going over in detail and talking about it. Shut up, Turkleton! I get it, yes, yes, great. But anyway, yeah, let's get to it. I've also named all my warframes, because I'm a giant nerd. So, starting off, we have Excalibur, or Mordred, as I've called him. This is just pretty great. This is the main fashion frame that I use for him. It's based off of my Thunder armor that I made a long time ago for Terraria. It's a very, very old thing. But yeah, that's where the colors came from. And I'm so glad I finally found a warframe that works with these colors. But yeah. And then I have a couple other ones. I got a nice blue one for Excal that I don't use as much, and then you may be familiar with this one. It's a slightly modified version of my very first fashion frame for Excal, back when I made the very first video on Warframe a long time ago. And his weapons of choice to go along with the fashion are the Opticore, the Arcacisco, and the Dragon Nikana. They all just look rather nice. Moving on, we have Feldenost, or Frost. He just kind of looks like a superhero, or something. I don't know. I really like him. This was, like, one of the fashion frames that I was most proud of when I started actually, you know, worrying about fashion frame and stuff. And then I made an evil version of Frost, because why not? I don't know. And his weapons, fashion-wise, are Soma Prime, Sonicore, and Dual Commas Prime. Moving on, we have Arya, or Mesa. Yeah, Mesa. I'm pretty dang happy with this one. Looks pretty alright. I will say, I would like to get this hat. I just don't really have the money at the moment. But if I had the money, I would definitely get that hat, because that looks freaking amazing. But yeah, and then I also have a slightly eviler version that's based off of one of Pharah's skins from Overwatch, the ghoul skin. This one, that one, yeah, it's kind of based off of that, color-wise. Looks okay. It's alright, but this is far and away my favorite. Weapon-wise, we have the Velt, newly added, and unfortunately it just sucks. I wish it was as good as it looked, but it's not. And then we have the Pandero, or McCree's gun, basically. Yes, twirl it for me, thank you. And of course the Redeemer, because gun sword. Moving on, we have Molos, or Rhino. This is my baby. He is my child. I love this man. Well, no, he's not my child. This is my child. This is my baby. But this is my man. I main Rhino, because I'm a giant wuss, and dying isn't fun. But yeah, he's my favorite Warframe. I love him so much, and this is what I've made him look like. And then I have a couple other things. I have, in his new skin, I have a couple of fashion frames. So we have this one, the colors of which are based off of the Forbidden armor from Terraria. This thing, yeah. And then I made a slightly, I guess, fancier looking version of that skin. Yeah, real happy with that one. And the weapons of choice are the Corinth, Vacor Merlock, and Fragor Prime. My baby. Oof. Nothing will ever replace you. Except for everything that already has. Moving on, we have Spectros, or Necros. I got really creative with that name there, as you can probably tell. The colors for this one are based off of the Spectre armor for Terraria, with a bit of purple thrown in. They just look so nice. The default Necros skin, this one, the or Kala skin. The colors are very similar to this. They're basically just changed very slightly, but I like the changes that I've added. And then I have an evil lava fire one. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. And the weapons of choice are the Baza, the Zakti, and the Venka Prime. Moving on, we have Hierophant, or Harrow. This, for a while, and maybe still is my favorite Fashionframe. This is just... oof. I am so proud of this one. Colors aren't really based off of anything, it's just cool. And then I have a more evil-looking one, which is fine. I mean, it looks okay, but... god dang, you just can't beat that. It's so nice. Weapons of choice are the Ferox, because I love the way he stands with gun spears, the Axtiletto Prime, and the Oma. Not really sure why I use the Oma, but you know what, whatever. And then moving on, we have Ivara, which I haven't named. It's just Ivara, because I couldn't think of a name for Ivara. And I also couldn't think of colors for Ivara. Really, they're just slightly modified default colors. I just really, really, really like default Ivara. So, I kept the name and mainly the colors. Yeah, I made some other attempts at colors, like a greenish-orange one, and originally I had like a red one, but you just can't beat the default. The default's just too good. Weapons of choice are the Daikyu, Hystrix, and Endura. Moving on, we have Cerberus, or Atlas. Yes, Atlas. Just made him look like a big old evil badass, because why the hell not? And then I have a slightly modified version where the colors are based off of the Plaguebringer Goliath from the Calamity mod for Terraria. This guy, yeah. I don't know. I just thought the colors worked well for this particular Alex Graxkin thing. But yeah, really, really happy with that. He just looks very menacing. Weapons of choice are the Vekor Heck, the Twin Grakadas, and the Jatkatag. Next up we have Voltaic, or Volt. I just made him look like a Sith, basically. There's not much else to say. He just looks like a Sith, and I love it. He's just really, really cool looking. And then we have a slightly less evil looking version, but I can't beat that. It's too cool looking. Weapons of choice are the Amprex, of course, because lightning, Tringakadas, because they're the most evil-looking secondary I have access to, and the Oma, because lightning. Next up we have Kogan. And take a wild guess at what this guy's based off of. Go ahead, I'll wait. I know, this is pretty difficult, but I have faith. You'll get there. You'll guess it. Okay, you done guessing? It's Genji. From over him, that guy. Yeah, you know, it's Genji because he's got the shurikens and the katana. Yeah, it's Genji. But yeah, and then I have like a fiery, flamey version, which looks kind of cool. The helmet's totally out of place though, and honestly, I kind of want to replace it. But I don't know. That one doesn't look. I don't know. I don't know about the helmet, but yeah, that's just kind of why I stick with the Genji version. Moving on, we have Yoland, or Chroma. Just a big old fire dragon. Just a big old fire dragon with a lobster tail, of course, because, well, dragons have lobster tails, don't you know? And then I have a couple other versions. We got a fire dragon, then we have like an ice ocean dragon type thing, and then we have a lightning dragon, which they all look pretty nice. Of course, this one is just straight up the Pittsburgh Steelers. The weapons of choice are the Ignis, of course, because fire, the Meridetron, because it kinda looks like it's shooting fire, and the Silva and Aegis, because fire. And last, but certainly not least, we have Azurai, or Nova, who just looks super fancy. I tend to shy away from the Orokin color palettes and stuff like that, just like the basic white, black, and gold, because I just see it everywhere. Everyone uses it. And yeah, everyone uses it because it looks nice, but I feel like it's just too cliched. It's overused. I see it on everything. So, but this once I just had to use it because the only other color scheme I had was green and white, which, you know, looks fine, but at the same time, That just looks too good. I couldn't really find anything else that even comes close. I mean, this color scheme was my other attempt. I didn't bother putting armor or anything like that on it, and it looks okay. But it's pretty similar to a couple of my other color schemes, so I decided, frick it. I don't have any color scheme that goes like this, so I'm just going to do that. Weapons of choice are the Paris Prime, the Axe-Stiletto Prime, and the Guandao. Now I'm going to go back over them in a little bit greater detail, so if you care, I'm going to do that. If you don't, then I guess this is the end of the video for you. So the skin I'm using for this one is the Dexcalibur skin and helmet, which you get for just logging in on the anniversary of Warframe, which was like last month or something. This was introduced like last month. It's really, 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 really freaking nice and totally free, as long as you actually log in on that day. For attachments, we're using the Avia chest plate and shoulder plates, and the Magor leg guards. The Magor leg guards are my favorite. They're just fudging incredible. And then for the Syandana, we are using the Katir Raza Syandana, because it just looks really nice. And it can be bought from Baro Katir occasionally if he has it. And if he does have it, then freaking buy it. It's real dang nice. And then I'm not going to go over that one. That one's basically the same. But for this one, we use the Kadudo helmet and Kadudo skin. With lots of blacks and oranges and stuff from the fire palette. And then for attachments, we have the Pakal chest plate and leg guards, and the Prisma Neighboris shoulder pads. Those are also bought, or they were bought from Baro Katir. He only had them like twice though, and once was on Halloween, so yeah. And then those can be bought from like a stalker pack thing on the market. It's the only way to get them, which is unfortunate because they look really, really nice. Yeah, and then for the Syandana, we have the Pakal Syandana, which again is the stalker armor set thing. Veldenost. So for him, we use the Zestruga helmet and the Harka skin. It's interesting. So like the Harka, is it the Harka? Yeah, the Harka skin comes with this helmet originally. I'm not a fan of this helmet at all. I just don't like the look of it. But luckily, the Zestruga helmet, for some reason, meshes really, really well. There's a little bit of clipping on this little nub here, but it doesn't look like clipping. It looks like it's meant to be there, in my opinion. I just think that looks perfect on this skin. The other helmets don't merge as well. The clipping's a lot more obvious. Not so obvious on that one, but that one does not look good. But this skin, just, oof, phenomenal. Or that helmet is amazing. A couple other ones that look good with this skin are the Jotun helmet. That one just looks fantastic. I think the Himvat, yeah, the Himvat looks pretty dang nice. And the Summit also looks really, really nice. Basically, like all the custom helmets, except for like the Squall, merge really, really well on this skin, which I'm super happy about because I don't like the Harka helmet. Yeah, and then for attachments, we have the EOS Prime chest plate, the Avia shoulder pads, and the Pakal leg guards again. For the Syandana, the Rapala, which is Tenogen, meaning you gotta buy it. It's totally worth it. It's like the best cape in the entire game. Holy crap, I love it so much. Moving on, we have Arya. Now for this one, it's the Devil Ranger helmet and skin, although, as I said before, I would love to move on to the Falcon helmet. It looks too great, and I would like it to be slightly different from this skin. But yeah, attachments-wise, we have the Pakal chest plate and shoulder plates. Oh no, we have the full Pakal set. That's it. We just have the full Pakal set. And then the Syandana is the Rapala Syandana. I guess I should probably go over colors as well. Most of these colors come from the... Nope, that's not a good example. Most of these colors come from the Storm palette. The Storm palette is my favorite palette. It's fudging incredible. I just love it. This color in particular, like this color and this color, these are the only two colors I have favorited ever. This is such a nice looking gold. It's like a... I don't even know how to describe it. I guess you'd say that would be slightly rose-tinted gold. It is so freaking nice looking. And then this color here is just phenomenal for cloth, as you can detail on the cape there. Oh, I just love it so freaking much. And then, of course, it has these very nice blues. This is a perfect Orokin gold. Like, that's just dead on for Orokin stuff. And it's also a pretty good energy color and stuff like that. Storm is just such a fantastic, amazing palette. I guess I should go back and go for the palettes for these guys. Palettes for this, Shamrock yellows. Shamrock has some nice yellows, and, well, really just nice yellows. The oranges are pretty cool as well. And then the grays and stuff are just from Classic. For the regular one, as I said, all of these are from Fire. Fire has, like, it's basically black. It's technically really, really dark red, but it looks black on 90% of things you're going to put it on. So if you're looking for reds, oranges, and yellows, and a really good black, Fire is the way to go. For Feldenost, I don't think there's anything too particularly special about his colors. They all basically just come from either Ice or, like, Classic or Fire. Just really basic palettes. We already did Arya, so let's move on to Molos. My dude, my favorite dude. So we have the Warlust helmet. It's kind of a tough choice. I really love the Thrak helmet. It's a bit glossy with this particular skin. I don't like the gloss on the Thrak helmet, but I love the design. So I just wish it was less glossy. Warlust helmet is fudging incredible. The Teutonic helmet, also fudging incredible, but on this particular setup, it just looks a bit thin. I've never been a particular fan of the Vanguard helmet, but it's okay. And the Scarab helmet just doesn't really work because of how metallic it is. But yeah, and then for the skin, we have the Vajnik skin, because it's all battle damaged and badass looking. Not a fan of the Palatine skin. I personally hate the Palatine skin. Like, it looks cool, but it doesn't look like Rhino. It just looks really out of place. I'm just not a fan of it. But yeah, and then attachments-wise, we have the Syrinx chest and shoulder plates and the Magor leg guards, because they're the most badass leg guard. Just look at how big and bulky and badass they look. Oh my god! And then for the Syandana, we have the Rapala again, because it's the Rapala. Colors for this are all incredibly basic. They all just come from standard Classic. And then the yellows and stuff come from Halloween. Another fantastic, basically free color palette that comes around during Halloween. So, yeah, that's pretty great. And next up we have Spectros. So, he is just the Arcala helmet and skin, because they just look really nice. I'm just so happy with how nice this looks. It's just, oh, it's so good. Attachment-wise, we have the Pakal chest plate and leg guards, and the Prisma Neighboress shoulder pads, just to give them that nice ghostly glow. And for the Syandana, we have the Prisma Yamako's Syandana, which I just obtained a couple days ago from Barraketeer. Very, very nice Syandana. It colors just freaking perfectly. It just, no matter what you put it on, it's always gonna look good. It is just phenomenal. All the colors and stuff. This particular purple took me a while to find. I had to get I bought the Twilight palette for this particular purple, because it took me so long to find a purple that looked just perfect with the rest of the colors here. And everything else I think is, yeah, it's from, like, Classic. That one's from Classic as well. Blue from Classic. Yeah, so everything's from Classic except for that one purple, which is from Twilight. Twilight's also another nice palette. Not as good as Storm, but it's pretty dang good. Moving on to Hierophant, who has the Hierophant helmet, which is a newly added... Well, I say newly added. Oh my god, Lotus, shut up! I use the Hierophant helmet, which is just amazing. It's got some like texture issues in the back here that I really hope would get fixed, but they won't, sadly. I used to use the Grax helmet, because the Grax helmet's just, oof, ooh, that's so nice. But then this helmet came along, and it's just beautiful. And then of course I use the Grax skin, because it's, like, either one of these skins works, but the Grax works slightly better. And then for attachments, we have the Katir Foros chest plate, and the Riv Elite Guard arms, and the Katir leg plates, these little diamond things here. I also... I use Regalia for a lot of my frames, but I haven't really been pointing it out. But I feel like I should point this one out in particular, because it's kind of crucial to how the design works. So this is the Nava sigil. You get this for purchasing, it's like a $10 starter pack or something on Steam. I don't remember exactly what it is, but you just get that sigil. And it looks really, really nice on a couple warframes. So yeah, that's what that is. All of his colors come from Storm. Like, no, sorry. There's a couple of browns from Twilight, but like the blue from Storm, and like the gold, of course, from Storm, because that is my favorite gold. It's just, oof, oh, it's so freaking nice. I love it so much. But yeah, that's that. That's him. That's Hierophant. Ivara, there's nothing really to go over. It's just default pretty much all the way. Attachments, we have the Syrinx chest plate, Avia shoulder pads, and Syrinx leg plates. Colors basically all come from either well, no, yeah, they come from Storm, they come from Valentine, and they come from Ice. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And then that regalia on there is the Terrorist Prominence sigil, which was a Twitch drop a while back that you can't get anymore. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. And the Syandana is Ivara's signature. Well, no, this is technically Ivara's signature Syandana, but then they made a Solstice version of it, which was purchasable last Christmas, something like that, and it looks really, really nice, so I put it on there. But yeah, that's Ivara. Real simple, real basic. And then for Atlas, we of course have the Grax helmet and skin, because they're the most badass looking things just imaginable. Attachment-wise, we have the Syrinx chest plate and one Syrinx shoulder pad, and on the other side we have a Harkonor Spalder. And then for the leg plates, we have one Kuva leg plate, and the other is a Magor leg guard. I wanted to go for a little bit of an asymmetrical design on this guy, and I think it worked out. It looks okay. It's fine. And then the regalia is the Stalker sigil. Most of his colors come from, let's see, we got a couple of reds from Storm, an orange from Twilight, red from Halloween, black from Fire, and gray again from Fire. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. For the Plaguebringer Goliath colors, it's just like greens from Halloween, the default greenish grays from Classic, and a red from Twilight. So, yeah. Next up we have Voltaic. His colors are pretty simple, and all that shiz. He uses the Fails helmet. And then for attachments, we have the Syrinx shoulder plates, the Solstice Daedalus chest plate, and the Quaro leg armor. For the Syandana, we have the Rapala again, because Rapala. And then for the regalia, we have the Zeus Drag. Is that the Zeus Drag? No, that's the Zanuka sigil. The thing on the Zeus Drag is not a thing. The thing on the back is the Groose Drag sigil. Yeah, I just got them mixed up because I'm a big old dummy. Oh yeah, colors. For colors, we have, let's see, we got like a thing from Storm, we got a couple of grays from default, black from Fire, red from Storm, and an orange from Fire. So, yeah. And then moving on to Kogan, just Genji. We got the Koga helmet and skin, and for attachments, we have the Avia chestplate and the Daedalus shoulder pad on one arm. I had them on both arms, but it didn't look quite right. Honestly, I'm not sure why I still have that one there. I find that to really pull off the Genji look, putting any sort of armor on doesn't really work, except for the Avia chest piece. That works well. For Syandana, we just have the Yamako Syandana again, looking phenomenal. Color-wise, it's pretty much all we got, just stuff from Classic, and then greens from Halloween, and that's it. Then moving on, we have Yoland, which, he's got the Terraskew helmet and the Dynasty skin. So, I don't actually really like the Dynasty helmet. It looks okay, but I'm not that big of a fan. I love the Terraskew helmet, though. Just, oof. Or Terrasque? Look, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I love it. Just the blade on the face. It looks so great. It's a little bit out of place with the rest of the skin, but I think it works well enough. But yeah, and then for attachments, we have the Pakal chestplate, Prisma Neighboris shoulder pads, and the Magor leg guards, and then in the auxiliary slot, we have the Chroma Dynasty wings that come with the Chroma Dynasty skin pack thing. Yeah, a lot of his colors just come from Fire, because Fire. Yeah. Oh yeah, frick. And his Syandana is the Ignis. Ignis? No, not Pyrus Syandana. Yeah, Ignis is the name of his flamethrower. So, yeah. And then lastly, we have A.C.I.D. So, here we have the Quantum Helmet. I would like a different helmet for this. This one doesn't really work too well, but I'm not sure what helmet to get. Attachments-wise, we have the Avia chest plate, the Pakal shoulder plates and leg guards, just because of the very nice amount of metallics on them. And then for the Syandana, we have the Dex Nuchali Syandana. And I butchered that to hell. But yeah, that's another anniversary thing. Very, very nice looking Syandana that you can obtain for free if you log in on the correct day. So yeah, that's it. That's all of my fashion frame. If you have any specific questions, like where specific colors are located or something like that, just let me know down in the comments and I will tell you. So yeah, this was a much better attempt at this video. This is actually the second time I've done this. The first time I did this, it was 40 minutes and did not go into nearly as much detail, if you can believe that. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope y'all have a magnificent day. Derpo the Magnificent out.